A carpenter was amongst the best in his craft. Any task that was assigned to him, he would do it with utmost dedication and commitment to excellence. And that endeared him to his boss, the contractor. However, many decades went by and the carpenter was growing old. He decided that he would rather give up his job and spend the rest of his life in relaxation with his wife and family. He went up to the contractor and said, "Sir, I will miss my monthly salary, but I wish to retire." The contractor was sorry to see his best man leave. He pleaded, "Before you go, make one final house for me." He gave money for the materials and left. The carpenter got to work, but this time his heart was not in the job. He cut corners, he did shoddy workmanship and used inferior material. When the contractor returned, he offered the keys. "Sir, here is the completed house." To his surprise, the contractor took the keys and said, "For your decades of loyal work, here is my gift. This house belongs to you." What a shock and a shame! If only the carpenter had known he was building his own home, he would not have used inferior workmanship and material. That is how it is with life as well. Every work we do, every emotion we harbor, every thought we nurture in our mind contributes to our own life of the future. Karma pradhan vishva kari rakha, jo jas karai so tas phalu chakha. This is the law of action and reaction. As you sow, that is what you shall reap. Everywhere in this universe, there are laws. For example, when we heat water to 95 degrees centigrade and it remains liquid, we are not surprised, for we know it evaporates at 100 degrees. And when we increase the heat, it turns into vapor. We are again not astounded, because it is only following the laws of nature. These laws are valid everywhere and always. That is why if you take a heavy object up the Eiffel Tower and throw it down, it will fall with a thud. If you take it up the Qutub Minar and drop it, it will again fall with a thud, because the law of gravitation is applicable everywhere. These laws which govern the phenomena of heat, light, electricity, magnetism, sound, gravitation, they arouse the curiosity of scientists who are inspired to solve the puzzle of the universe. One such scientist has been the great Subramaniam Chandrasekhar of India. In 1933, he sailed from his motherland on a slow ship. He reached England and spent the next 4 years in Cambridge and Copenhagen in Denmark. Subsequently, he reached the University of Chicago, where he lived for the rest of his life. He is considered one of the greatest astrophysicists of all times. In fact, he was the first to combine the laws of physics with the study of astronomy. And he explained that when a star is about to die, It first expands, as people knew, into a red giant and then collapses into a small white dwarf. Chandrasekhar propounded that the mass of the white dwarf must be less than what is known today as the Chandra limit, otherwise it will collapse into a black hole. His theories led to the discovery of black holes in the universe. His love for teaching is legendary. He used to reside 80 miles away from the campus of University of Chicago at the Astronomical Observatory in Wisconsin. One semester he offered a course in astrophysics and only 2 students registered for it. People expected that he will drop the course, but he did not. Twice a week he would drive the 80 miles to conduct the class and return. Amazingly, one of those students got a Nobel Prize. After that, the second student also won the Nobel Prize. When this tale was related, people would regret that why did the professor not get the Nobel Prize? This regret was put to an end in 1983 when the Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to Subramaniam Chandrasekhar. That legendary mythical figure, when he was asked what was his inspiration in the research that he conducted, he said the universal laws were like a puzzle. I needed to decipher and understand them. More important than these laws, from the point of view of our self-interest, are the laws related to our life. I have explained 7 of these in the 7 divine laws to awaken your best self. Let's awaken in us the urge to understand them and utilize them to our benefit, to live a life in sync with our highest purpose, and find through these laws ways and means to awaken our best self and reach our cherished goals.